trying to be a pro windsurfer in 2025. So I guess to start with, what is a pro windsurfer? There's probably a few definitions according to different types of people, but in my eyes, if you're calling yourself a professional windsurfer, you're getting paid to windsurf and live off windsurf, solely off windsurfing. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're not getting paid, you can't be an elite windsurfer or compete on a pro world tour or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, if you're not getting paid, then you're not a professional, you're having to do something else to live. So I guess that's a good starting point. And there is definitely pros out there who are making a living in 2025, are getting fully paid. And then I guess on a step below that, you've probably got your, what I'd call like semi-pros. So you're getting maybe some budget to travel to events and stuff, but not exactly enough to live or feed a family at the same time. Below that, you probably got your guys on free kit, or you got budget, like equipment budget. And then kind of the next one below would be, you know, discounted kit. I guess the reality of a pro, you're getting a salary, got all your kit and everything free, probably getting a budget or a certain amount of custom boards that you can have, or production boards. And I know each brand is different. Some brands you have to give the kit back at the end. Some other brands you can kind of sell it at the end, so a bit of extra cash. But that's kind of the reality of probably most pro windsurfers at the moment. Obviously, I don't know what everyone's getting paid, but I wouldn't imagine there's many people getting much more than 100k a year to windsurf anymore. I mean, there might be a few guys with extra deals from external sponsorship and stuff like that, but yeah, six figures is kind of in the past now with windsurfing. Then in terms of what's the reality for kind of semi-pro guys, I mean, from what I know from some friends and stuff in the sport, you know, that can range anywhere between getting 2k a year to go to a couple of events or one event, or like up to 20k, you know. But obviously, even if you're getting 20k and doing all the events, you're not left with much more to live with. So the reality with a lot of these guys is, yeah, they're either having jobs on the side, maybe some of the younger guys are living with the parents at home, or when they come home from trips can stay free at home and stuff like that to cover like some of the costs of living throughout the year. And usually these guys also get kind of a certain amount of kit a year that they get from the brands that, yeah, as I said, they might be able to sell on for cash. And then in terms of this kind of semi-pro level, I'd say the majority of the younger guys you see on tour are kind of at this point. And a lot of us young guys are having to kind of work on the side, staying at home maybe, covering costs that way. And yeah, either working kind of in the industry, doing coaching and that sort of things, or something completely different. And I guess it's kind of one of the reasons you see a lot of the guys now kind of studying, going down that route, university, or going down kind of full-on career paths that aren't windsurfing, because a lot of us are kind of seeing there isn't the money basically to go around anymore, and which is sad. But yeah, I mean, I know personally, Baptiste Clarec, amazing, one of the best of kind of my generation. But yeah, working on boats. So there's a lot of that going on. A lot of people kind of doing flexible work so they can travel. And yeah, a few people, I guess, probably also working for windsurf brands. Yeah, but then below that, you've got kind of your equipment budget, getting some free equipment, and you can make a little bit from selling, maybe cover a couple trips. But obviously you still have to either be working a lot or living with parents, or parents helping you look, I don't think it's no secret that a lot of guys get help from the parents, especially early on in their careers. And there's probably still guys out there getting help from the parents, you know, throughout their careers, even if that's not like them paying for all their trips. It will definitely be, you know, helping out with buying a van or living at home in between trips. I feel like the kind of rags to riches stories of, you know, some of the Caribbean boys, Bourgeois, you know, these poorer countries where some amazing talents and, you know, to get support from the brands, I think is kind of the past now, and windsurfing definitely feels like it's moving into that kind of elite sport for with people with a bit more money who can support their kids. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at, and obviously below that you've got your guys on discounted equipment or kind of deals like that, where obviously they're not really expected to do world tour events or anything like that, but yeah, they're kind of classified as national riders and they'll do national events. So obviously I've been at home now, I've had time, I've been looking at numbers and stuff like that, and it's quite interesting to me to see what it actually takes to be a pro, or what it takes to win a world title and travel to all these places. From what I see, if you want to do it properly, you kind of need 60k to live well as a professional, and cover your expenses to try and obviously be a world champion. It's very few, it's like an elite number of windsurfers. You know, definitely in the wave scene and the slalom. I think the freestylers will be struggling to get anywhere near that, from what I know. Be interesting to see if anyone knows more about the freestyle, but yeah, it's a very few amount of people, and it's definitely dropping each year. This doesn't mean to say that some people might be getting a good bit of extra cash from external sponsors, you know. Like a classic example, Red Bull might be paying some riders a good amount to cover their costs. I guess that's why you haven't seen, you know, guys like Ricardo, for example, I think was kind of rumoured to not even consider an offer below 50k for the reason of, you know, he's one of the best in the world. He's not gonna go around the world just about doing it all and not getting any cash to take home. Yeah, I think I just wanted to make the point that when you guys at home are seeing pros flying around the world, or windsurfers on the tour flying around the world, going to all these amazing locations, don't think that they're all getting paid a load of money to do it, because I think the majority of them are behind the scenes, either working, you know, grafting, trying to make some cash to go on these trips, or yeah, getting help from family or external sponsors. Yeah, last thing I was going to touch on was kind of my reality, kind of where I'm at. I mean, I'm not getting paid, and yeah, I'm lucky to live kind of rent-free, as it were, with my parents, who, yeah, obviously very supportive, and let me stay here while I'm at home so I can work and do bits at home to earn some money to go away. So that is my situation. I'm kind of very lucky to be in that situation. I've no doubts that Duotone would love to support, you know, younger up and coming people like myself, but at the end of the day, there's a marketing budget, and it's shrinking year by year, and it's just hard to give any money away. And it's sad because I think it's almost like a cycle, you know. If you don't help and encourage the younger generation, then, you know, how are they ever going to get to be some of the best in the world? So there does have to be an investment from the brands to support younger guys, but at the same time, it's hard because they've got the established guys who are going to provide everything that they want for the money. But anyway, I kind of touched on the last video if you haven't seen that, but the windsurfing is something I do really want to try and good crack at. And yes, maybe it is irresponsible to blow kind of every bit of money I get to go on trips, but it's something I love, and it's kind of, you know, you're still trying to chase that dream. So anyway, this is the part that, well, if anyone's still watching, where you can help me out. I'm starting a GoFundMe, or I've started a GoFundMe. It's Make a Champ. It's a big site that helps supporting lots of athletes around the world with kind of financial struggles. So I've got an account there. I've set an amount that I kind of need to do what I want to do. I've already got 20%, and I'd just like to say thank you to every single person who's done that. I mean, that the 20% is already going to help massively. But as someone said to me the other day, which put it into perspective, I've got 2,000 of you subscribed to my channel. If all of you just donated £5, that would be all it took for me to be able to pursue the tour this year. Yeah, I understand a lot of people are in tough situations as well financially, so no worries if you can't, but if you can, I would very much appreciate all your donations, big or small. I'd also mention that I've got some reward options on there. So if you're a company, or you've got a company, or you've got a mate who has a company, you can pay £1,000 for the year to have the sticker on the sale, on my sale, all my sales, or you could do 500 for half the year. I've also got coaching options for £100, and I've already had a session with someone. It was really, really good to sit down and chat with them and try and improve their windsurfing. So if you're interested in that, I've also got an option there. But yeah, that was my shameless plug. And I just want to say thank you in advance to anyone who does donate. Yeah, I think that's kind of this video. I hope I've kind of shed a light a little bit onto kind of where it is at the moment within the windsurf industry, and I'm looking forward to a really good year on the water. My knee's kind of slowly getting better, so yeah, I'm looking forward to all the events coming up. Improve my skills, improve my ranking, hopefully, getting another sword, hopefully. But yeah, that's it from me.